So Samson wasn't defeated because he was weak. Samson was defeated because he was ruled. Judges 16 starts off with a passage that is simple but dangerous. Samson saw a prostitute and went into her. You know, not even a few verses later, we see that Samson loved a woman and her name was Delilah. Chapter 14, we see Samson saw he wanted, and she was right in his eyes, repeated multiple times, which means that this had become a pattern for Samson in that he allowed his desires, his passions, his impulses to rule him. You know, the truth is, Samson didn't fall because he lacked strength. He really fell because he lacked surrender. And his eyes became his idol, his appetite, his desire, his own will became an idol. You know, women didn't ruin Samson, his unfiltered desires did. And this is not a unique sin because it's the same sin of Eve in the garden when the Bible says that she saw, there we go with that eyesight, and she desired, right? This isn't unique to Samson because this is the story for many of us, myself included. You know, whatever we refuse to surrender eventually will master us. And Samson's story reminds us that giftedness doesn't cancel weakness, and weakness ignored becomes weakness exploited. As we continue to leverage our impact, we need to be mindful that we don't allow our passions to become an idol. Samson's story is a warning and an invitation. That's the encouragement. You know, God doesn't expose our idols to shame us, but he exposes them to free us. So here's one practical next step you could take. Identify a desire or passion that has too much influence in your life. Write it down, name it before God, and pray, Lord, help me walk by your spirit so I'm not ruled by this.
Walk, yeah. Look at the way that I talk, yeah. You should have called it a cross.